What's going on, guys? Today we are looking at Flashback Nani, the Man U legend. Obviously, he is pretty much one of the favourite players of mine. Very, very skillful, very, very enjoyable to play with and watch. So, if you missed it yesterday, check out the description below. I did a SBC solution for him. You'll also see, obviously, the SBCs in this video as well, but I'll only go into a little bit of detail with it. If you did enjoy that sort of video, the SBC solution straight out at 6, let me know down below and I might do some more. The reception on it was pretty good. Really enjoy that. And if you are new around here, make sure you subscribe and like the videos. It means an absolute massive amount to me and it's been growing really well. So, without further ado, the SBCs for this card is around about 163k on the Xbox and 164 on the PlayStation. That more than likely will drop towards the end of this, as the hype will kind of fade away when this mid icon SBC leaves, and hopefully the market starts to drop down a little. So, what do you have to give up? You have to give up a 1 minimum Man U player and an 85 rated squad with 70 chem, and then you have to give up a 1 minimum Portuguese player with an 84 rated squad with a minimum of 65 team chemistry. So, realistically, 163k, if you was to do this at this moment in time, you get a 45k and a 35k pack back, so you make 80k worth of packs. To be honest, that's actually not terrible. You can get lucky. Personally, I got shafted in mine, but the pack back is actually not that bad. Obviously, you get a Prime Gold Players Pack and a Mega Pack. Mega Packs never really been my thing. I know, obviously, it doesn't matter what pack you can get because they all can pack whatever. But 80k, I'm quite happy with that. You make at least probably around about 40k off them. Maybe 30 at a very bare minimum. But if you do sell everything, you can make a little bit of change back. And obviously, if you do pack yourself something good, then you can obviously make your money back. So without that being said, let's move on to the players. So Nani, 87 rated Flashback. Personally, I'd have probably liked him at an 88 or an 89. I don't know if I'm asking a little bit too much for that, but I'm quite happy with him already. Obviously, as well, he is more than likely going to be a super sub, unless it depends, because obviously Cancelo would be a great linker, but he is the right back. Or you've obviously got Ronaldo. If you've got icons, Deco, Figo, Figo's cam version, I believe. Who else you got? Eusebio as well. To be honest, you'll be probably getting someone a little bit better than Nani if you've got Eusebio. But overall, I love this card. Nani's always been a fan favourite, and since he's been dropping in ratings over the years, it's been a bit heartbreaking to see, as he's probably one of my favourite skill players. Even though I can't do all the skills, I really enjoy trying with Nani. He's very slick, very silky, and very agile, and that's something I do like about him in every single FIFA. So, let's have a look at his basic information. We'll then look at the attributes, we'll look at the chem styles, what's good, what's bad, and then we'll make an overall judgment on him and if he is worth the coin. So, obviously he plays in the Orlando City Soccer Club in the MLS. He is Portuguese. He's a 5-star, which is absolutely fantastic. Right-footed, 5'10", and he's got a high attacking work rate and a medium defensive work rate. So, already 5-star, absolutely gleaming, fantastic. 5'10", I can deal with that. Not too small and not overly big that he just doesn't seem to want to move. Obviously, the high attacking work rate is brilliant. Medium, I can work with that on the defensive. Absolutely fantastic on an overview of his basics. Then we move on to the attributes. Well, obviously you've got the main 92 dribbling, gives you 99 agility, 83 balance, 84 reactions, 93 ball control and dribbling, and 85 composure. Then we have his massive 90 pace with 92 acceleration and 87 sprint speed. Again, really good combination of fast and very agile in the running forward for attacking. Then we have the passing, which is his next best stat. He's got 85 vision, 85 crossing, 88 free kick accuracy, also 85 short pass, long pass, and 95 curve. A lot of 85s there. Didn't realise that. 95 curve as well, absolutely brilliant. And then we've got the shooting. Positioning and finishing, not the greatest at 79. Great shot power and long shots with 96 shot power, 93 long shots, 96 shot power. I don't know which way around I said that. 84 volleys. And then we get to the little bit of a disappointing point with his 77 stamina and 70 strength. So, For me, just looking at them basics on his attributes, the long shots for me didn't seem as good as what they look on the card. The finishing, not the greatest in the world, even though I did try and put what did I put on him? I think I put a sniper on this card. And then obviously the stamina can be a little bit of an issue. I did see a drop in pace, as he is that sort of player that you want to run with quite a lot. He's got the 5-star. You need the stamina with him, and that is a little bit of an issue. But we'll go on to that in a second. We'll look at what chem stars you can put on this card. So for me, straight away I tried the sniper. It gets pretty much everything up. 98 dribbling, 94 shooting. I thought he definitely needs more shooting. The 79 finishing and 79 positioning is just not good enough for me. So the sniper was good. Personally, it's probably my favourite chem style for him, especially if you're going to put him more central like I did. I tried him obviously on the wing, and he was good at getting forward, but I found like he was never going towards the goal enough, and that's something I really wanted to try with him and try and see what his finishing was actually like, because I know he could do the wing quite easily. He's fast, he's agile, he's got great passing. He can do that wing no problem. What I want to see is how versatile is he at coming into the middle, possibly in a cam centre forward role, then as well as a striker, and then obviously see his overall front positioning almost. So sniper for me was the way forward. Obviously you do have a few other things. You can use marksman. Obviously there's no way of getting his stamina up, which is a bit of an issue, as that one is a bit of a downgrade for me on this card, is the fact that he only has 77. It's not crap, like it's not low, but it's enough for me to notice when you're playing with these sort of cards and you want to use them in your foot champs, you want to use them in Division 2, 1, whatever you're in. It's just very difficult because you know you have to swap him. And yes, to be honest, he's more likely to be a super sub than anything else. That is how I used him. I wanted to use him as realistic as possible. I don't think many people will start him in the team, but I definitely think he'll get there on the super sub anyway. So personally for me, sniper was my best chem style for him. You do have Hawk as well if you really wanted to overdo the pace. Personally, Hawk's no good. You do have the finisher stat. Again, I don't think it's good enough. It only gets you 91 shooting. Obviously, you get 94 with sniper, which is great. If you wanted to go more on the passing and shooting element, you do have Deadeye. It'll give you 95 shooting and 93 passing. Again, another great chem style. So for me, the two would be sniper and Deadeye is the two that I'd go for. Again, for me, I'd go sniper just to get that dribbling and that shooting up that extra little bit more. So let's move on to what's good, what's bad, and his overall rating. So for me, pace, fantastic. Skill moves, again, fantastic. Dribbling, agile, very nice to play with, very slick in and out of defenders. I enjoyed that element of him. Obviously, the 5-star skills is a little bit... It's not used to the best of its ability for me, because obviously I'm still learning, still grasping that 5-star concept. And obviously there is players out there that can really use this card to full potential. So I already know that I've used him quite a bit with his skill moves, trying to try different things, and it worked quite a lot of the time. So if you do know exactly what you're doing with the 5 stars, you've got it nailed down, then you're going to be absolutely over the moon with this card. Very, like I said, very slick, agile, all that good stuff. Then we move on to the bad points. Well, actually, passing, again, wasn't terrible. I thought he was very good at that. Really decent, very confident, composed. I enjoyed that side of him. So, moving on to the bad points. For one, stamina. Very, very low, in my opinion, for what I need him for. I want him to be running non-stop, and for that, I think you need at least 85 plus. You may shout at me, you may call me wrong, but for me, I just noticed that his stamina was dropping that little bit more. If the way to get around that for me is to play him at half time or towards the 60th minute, and you can absolutely run the crap out of him. I was trying to get clips for obviously the gameplay, so I was bringing him on quite early on just to really home in on his skills and see what he's like the whole game as well as halfway through. So that's the way to get around it. Obviously that means that you paid 160k for this card to basically only use him one half of a game. Whether you find that justifiable, we'll see at the end. Then his shooting. For me, with the dribbling stat on, it got better. I tried him as a basic first, and then I tried him with the chem style on. It got better, and it did get considerably better, but I still think that his shots just weren't clinical enough. He didn't seem to get around the ball enough. He really got to that section, and if it was either the keeper's making a great one-handed save, or it just weren't hitting it enough with that sweetness, that clinicalness, and that was a bit of an issue. He wasn't that much of an out-and-out goal scorer for me. I find that, to be honest, his best position was probably the wing. Really, really good at that. Very good at assisting, very good at passing and crossing. He just could not, and I don't get, because he has 96 shot power, 93 long shots. That is a basic overall stat for him, and it just didn't seem like he was like that for me. Very good at the dribbling, and the volleys, obviously with this the sniper element, was actually really good, and that was something that was really enjoyable with him. His flick-ups, when you keep tapping the ball up and keep you around players, he was actually really good at that, and that's something that I like in a player. Just something, not necessarily to take the piss, but something to just have a bit of flair with your touches, and you can actually use it to your advantage. You flick up, flick round, go for that volley, go for that overhead. It's something enjoyable in FIFA, and it's to make it just a bit more fun, and that's, I think, where this card really comes into the light for me, is he's fun. He's great to play with. He's a 5-star, very agile, and he's just, he adds that some element to him. I don't know what it is. It may be that cheeky smile on his card, but I really enjoy playing with Nani, and that was the only reason why I picked him up. Literally, I've not done any SBCs for the past couple of weeks, just trying to hold my coins for Team of the Season, and as soon as I saw him pop up, I had to do him. So for that element, I think for the fun side of him, I'd give him a 10 out of 10. He is absolutely brilliant to play with, in the element that you can have a little bit of fun with him. You've got a bit of flick, flair, all that kind of good stuff. For an overall player that's going to play foot champs, division rivals at the top tier, and really home in that winning record, I'm going to have to give him an 8 out of 10. I think he's got the potential. It's a shame that they didn't rate him a little bit higher, in my opinion. I reckon they could have probably at least squeezed an 88 and then overstretch into an 89, 90. That's just me, maybe a little bit biased, as I really do like Nani. But if he did go up them levels, I think he'd be really more beneficial to your teams. Whether 160k, obviously minus the 80k packs, is worth it. So say we work it out at around about 130, 120 on a very low average for him, is probably not worth the amount. You've probably got a team full of untradables that are actually, like, if you think about it, you've got Ibra, you've got the Flashback Torres if you did him, you've got there's Tevez, there's Rooney. They're all very, very good players. Obviously, I'm just picking flashbacks at the minute. I think Nani's element is a super sub, and it's a shame to say that, because I would have liked to really had a team around him and fit him in somehow. Obviously, I've got Ronaldo up top, and I could have put an icon below him. So it's a shame that he wasn't that little bit better. But for 130, 120k, if you've got it lying around, the fun element of him was actually really nice. So I will be keeping him in my team regardless. I have absolutely destroyed my club with SBCs from the base icon to the mid icons, and it's a shame. It's something that going forward in FIFA 20, I don't want to be putting these sort of players in there, even if it does mean that I can't do something, and hopefully I'll be a bit more prepared for FIFA 20. But this kid's staying in my team. I'll probably put him in, say, like a squad build, a squad battles team or something like that. Something to try my flares out, something to try some 5-star skills and really home in that practice. So for me, 8 out of 10. He's worth, if you're going to do the fun element of him and have got the cash spare. If you was to seriously wanting to put him in your team as a first player lineup, or if you was going for a super sub, I'd say it's half worth it. But definitely if you wanted to put him straight in your team and you have no super sub for him, I probably wouldn't say it's worth it. It's a shame, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. Again, if you really did like it, make sure you smash that like button. It's been absolutely excellent the past few videos since changing to the clips. You've been absolutely great for this, and subscribe for more content. I think we're going to get Van Basten up very soon, and if you as well did like the squad builder solutions, I may bring them back, and if there is, say, 2 or 3 SBCs at once, I'll pick the one that I think everyone will want, and then I'll whack that out after 6 o'clock. So hopefully you did enjoy. I'll see you again next time. Peace.